Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ubuntu Week. Today is day 4 of my week-long Ubuntu retrospective, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be taking a look at version 9.10 Karmic Walla Netbook Edition. Yes, the Netbook Edition is quite interesting, and this version in particular has a lot to talk about inside of it because it offers a lot of technologies that Ubuntu would use later on. I have that running in VirtualBox, so if we switch to full screen and see what's inside, and first word that comes to mind when I look at this is the word beautiful. Yes, not nearly as attractive as, say, 804 in my opinion, but still a very nice wallpaper and a very nice layout. Not my most favorite, but still nice looking overall. The orange wallpaper in particular is very nice looking. It reminds me of my kitty cat, who you might be hearing jingling in the background because he has one of those bell collars. Anyway, in the favorites subcategory, we have our favorites listed, which is very, very handy. In that, we have Mozilla Firefox, we have Evolution Mail, we have Cheese Webcam Booth, which is very good for taking photos and the like, from a webcam, of course. You have Empathy, Instant Messenger. Now, Empathy for me was not a good application. Very poor for instant messaging purposes. It was a very poor showing, too. There goes my kitty cat. I do apologize for him. But yeah, Empathy was not a good replacement for Game or Pigeon. It was a very poor showing. It's a shame that Pigeon got subsided for this, because Empathy really didn't work all too well, in my opinion. It would often fail at every single thing I wanted it to do, which is a shame. Anyhow, we have access to the help documentation. We have also access to Ubuntu 1, which is very, very funny, considering that this year was the last year for Ubuntu 1. Ubuntu 1 was Ubuntu's attempt at creating a cloud-based service for their operating system. It was very good for backups, but not much else. Really, it is a shame that Ubuntu 1 fell by the wayside, because it was very, very handy, but at the same time, it's no wonder why it failed, because not many people used it, and Ubuntu really didn't integrate it too well with other distributions. So it is their own fault for not making it as popular as it would have become if they would have lent out a hand to other operating systems. But whatever. Last but not least, we have the Ubuntu Software Center, which I'll be talking about here in a minute. And then we have the install netbook image here. This is for installing the system, since this is a live CD image here. Now, the Ubuntu Software Center is the main reason why I want to review this distribution, because this is the first Ubuntu to ever come out with this. And the thing is about Ubuntu Software Center is that it sucks. Yeah, especially this version. The first initial version of Ubuntu Software Center was very, very bad. You could only install one application at a time, and even though that's still sort of the case in more modern versions of this, this was a very poor showing, in my opinion. The classic add remove software was much, much better than this. It would allow multiple application installations. This didn't. This would be a very, very poor thing for a experienced user. For a beginner, this is okay, but for those who use the old add remove software on the classic Ubuntus, were really dismayed at this. This was not very good for multiple application installation. Very, very poor. Very, very bad. Shame on you, Ubuntu. Anyway, in the Files and Folders section, we have access to documents, music, pictures, videos, downloads, desktop, and access to our volumes. We could put in a disk into this. If we had this installed, we could access our computer with this. Very, very handy. Underneath the Accessories submenu, we have a calculator, we have a character map, we have a disk usage analyzer. We have access to Get manage print jobs, passwords and encryption keys, search for files, take a screenshot, open up a terminal, and last but not least, at the very bottom here, as soon as I can scroll down, is Tomboy Notes. Yeah, scrolling in this does not exactly work all too well. My scroll button does not function with this for some reason. I don't know if that has anything to do with VirtualBox or not. It probably does, but I'm not going to be messing around with it, so I can just have that functionality. It's not worth my time. Whatever. Anyway, we have the game subcategory here. We have 5 or more, 4 in a row, Claude Scheme, Mines, Same Gnome, Sudoku, Tetravex, Isle Rod Solitaire, Blackjack. We have chess, we have Gnome Tris, we have Lango, we have Mahjong, we have Nibbles, we have robots, and we have Tali. One other thing to notice is that there is a little bit of a mouse lag with this. I do believe that has something to do with the virtualization, but again, I'm not going to install this just to show this off. Not gonna happen anytime soon. Anyway, we have the graphics subcategory, and that we have FSpot and we have OpenOffice.org drawing. Missing from this is the GIMP, although that does kind of make sense for a netbook type situation where you have a really small screen, and the GIMP tended to have multiple windows open up at the same time. Not very good for a netbook, so it's kind of good that this didn't come with that. Underneath the internet subcategory, we have Empathy, we have Evolution Mail, we have Mozilla Firefox, we have Transmission, and we have the now defunct Ubuntu One. In the Office subsection, we have a dictionary, we have Evolution Mail, we have OpenOffice.org presentation, spreadsheet, and word processor. In the sound and video category, we have Cheese Webcam Booth, we have Movie Player, we have Rhythm Box, we have Sound Recorder. In the System subcategory, we have About Me, we have Appearance, we have Assistive Technologies, we have Bluetooth, we have the default printer setup, we can change the display settings, iBus preferences, keyboard setup, keyboard shortcuts. We also have access to edit the main menu, we have the mouse configuration, we have network connections, set up a network proxy, Palm OS devices, power management, preferred applications, screensaver, sound, startup applications, Windows, window management, I mean. Underneath administration, we have a computer janitor, which was very handy. We have disk utility, which is also very handy. We have gparted for partitioning. We have hardware driver installation. We have the ability to install this, of course. The language support, log file viewer, login screen, networking tools, printing, software sources, Synaptic Package Manager, System Monitor, System Testing, Time and Date, USB Startup Creator makes an appearance here. Yeah, this was released when USB thumb drives started becoming more popular. CDs were starting to become a little bit too outdated for something like Ubuntu. DVD was not always a good option for certain computers, so live USB was not a bad idea to go to. You also have access to the Ubuntu Software Center, you have access to the Updates Managers, and you also have Users and Groups Management. Very, very nice. One thing of note for me, one caveat to take away from this is the theme. The theme for 9.10 was not good, in my opinion. Gone is the old classic human theme, and now you have this dust theme. Basically, it is okay, but it's a little bit too brown for my tastes. You have the human clear looks theme here, and you have the regular human theme, but both of those really don't look as good as the classic human theme that was available from 608. 606, and up to 804. Sorry, I apologize, I misspoke there. But yeah, that old classic human theme has been replaced, and it's a shame because I don't like this newer theme. It's kind of bland, it's kind of blah. This is actually one of the few times I actually switched to clear looks, because if they wanted us to have a clear looks theme, I might as well just put it on here and get it done over with. This is the dust theme. You have Dust Sand. Perhaps my most favorite one out of this version is the Dust Sand thing, because it does look a little bit better, but yeah, the Human Clear Looks theme is kind of bland and kind of blah. Not very good. You have multiple backgrounds in this, quite a few different wallpapers, but I always kept it on the default wallpaper, surprisingly enough, because it did like the default wallpaper. Now, one thing to note is, since this is the netbook edition, when you open up an application, it will take up the full screen. This is something that Ubuntu would do later on with the Unity interface. Basically, you would not have a, close, minimize, maximize button interface here, but, yeah, this was good for a small screen factor. This is pretty much the precursor to the Unity interface. But outside of that, you have the access to hide all windows and go to the home screen, which is very handy. So once again, when we open up Firefox, we can actually access our menu by clicking on that. And if we click over here, we can access Mozilla Firefox. Very, very handy. Well, we also have access to the mail. We have access to volume control. We have access to our internet from here. We have a battery indicator for some strange reason. I guess it's because this is the netbook remix, even though this is running on a desktop. We also have the date and time and the log out button. You can also switch users with this. You set your status for instant messaging, shut the computer down, which is very, very handy. There's the shutdown dialog to show that off, as my kitty cat jingles like a Christmas tree. And there you go. That's 9.10 in a nutshell. If I had to give this particular version of Ubuntu a rating, it will be 8 out of 10. It does lose a few points for the bad artwork by default, although you could change that if you wanted to. The wallpaper itself, though, is very, very good looking, and 9.10 did perform pretty well on my hardware. And I did try the netbook edition, which actually worked surprisingly well, although it was a little bit sluggish for some strange reason. I guess it's because, like I said, this is a precursor to the Unity interface, and Unity has always been known for being kind of sluggish. For me, this is actually the last of the classic releases of Ubuntu. From this point forward, Ubuntu would change into a brand new direction. A direction that not everybody likes. 10.04 Lucid Links is a big indicator of where Ubuntu would be going quite soon. It wasn't quite Unity yet, but it was a good indicator of where they're going to be, especially now. Now, the next video will be my last video for Ubuntu Week. I will be having a big, heavy work weekend coming up. Maybe on Tuesday, I'll be finishing this series off officially. I'll be reviewing 11.04 and be reviewing 12.04, and I'm going to be reviewing 14.04, but that pretty much ends the series right there. I will not be doing any other versions in between or anything like that. But yeah, if it wasn't for my big work weekend, I would be continuing this throughout the weekend, but since I have that coming up, I'm not going to be doing much. I don't want to be doing one of these videos when I'm too tired. I mean, it's bad enough that I stutter and stammer, and I have a kitty cat who wants to bother me when I'm making these videos. I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. Be seeing you again tomorrow. Same Ubuntu time, same Ubuntu channel, and I'll be seeing you then. Good night, and bye-bye.